Of charges in a weekend shooting that killed 3 people.
Plus, family and friends mourning after a plumber is killed in a trench collapse. What federal investigators are saying tonight.
Southern tornadoes, blizzards out west, and here in Chicago, we're going to see some rain. And tonight we're tracking it all.
And later on, nonprofits say they need more toys to hand out to children this holiday season, or some children may not get gifts for the holidays.
Plus, the new honor for Bulls legend Michael Jordan. That may end the debate on whether he's the greatest of all times. Seems it does, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Thanks for watching Eyewitness News at 7. I'm Rob Elgas.
And I'm Cheryl Burton. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night, everybody. We began tonight with breaking news. A man now charged after 3 people were killed in a shooting outside a bar over the weekend. Police announcing 32-year-old Samuel Parsons Salas has now been charged with murder, attempted murder, and kidnapping. Police say this all started with a fight inside a Northwest Side bar, which then spilled into the street early Sunday morning. 3 people died, and a 4th person is still in the hospital.
It was heartless. And I would just say, for whatever process goes forward, bond court, et cetera, throw away the key.
Police say Parsons Salas was on parole at the time of the shooting. Following a home invasion earlier this year, he is expected in bond court tomorrow.
Out of our weather, expect some rain and strong winds tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, meteorologist Cheryl Scott is joining us tonight. She's tracking it all for the timing for us. Hey, Cheryl.
Yes, the rain is here across the area, and it's going to continue to overspread the region. We do have our temps above that freezing mark. You can see some white and blue trying to mix in here. The onset of precipitation, sometimes that does happen. This will be mainly in the form of rain here as we go into the next couple of hours. And this will be some light to moderate rainfall that will take us into the early morning hours, but this is going to be a system that's going to impact us for quite some time under the influence of this low pressure for the next 24 to 48 hours, and a dynamic system. We do have the mild weather out there right now, while our temps above that freezing mark, I should say. A little bit windy, showers continuing to spread in, and then you can see that gap between the leading edge of this system back to the area of low pressure. And on the back side of the low is where the colder air exists, with blizzard-like conditions being reported across parts of the Dakotas. That's where heavy snow will be falling and flying, and then a severe weather element with some severe storms off to the deep south. For us, we have the rain that will continue to push in overnight into the early morning. By tomorrow morning, some scattered rain, a little bit of a lull, some showers around, but then heavier rain moves back in as we go into tomorrow night. And this is where we could see a decent round of some very steady rain. Some areas will pick up over an inch of rain, and then possibly some snow for some. So we'll look at all of those details coming up in a bit. Back to you.
Cheryl, see you in a few minutes. Thank you. OSHA investigators say initial indications show that proper safety protocol was not followed when a trench caved in last night in Buffalo Grove, killing a worker inside. Today, friends and family shared their grief for the plumber lost in this accident. Our John Garcia reports from Buffalo Grove tonight.
Last night around this time, the area behind me was filled with dozens of firefighters who were frantically trying to dig out 27-year-old Nicodem Zaremba. Unfortunately, today it's been quiet, a place of mourning. Adrian Weglars offers a prayer and leaves flowers at the scene where he lost the man he describes as his best friend, 27-year-old Nicodem Zaremba.
He was just the kid that always brought the spark of joy, gave everybody the hope, the excitement.
Zaremba was working in an 8-foot deep trench with his stepfather and an employee, working to repair a sewer line when it began to cave in around him. The 2 others were able to escape. They tried to dig Zaremba out and called for help. Firefighters from Buffalo Grove and numerous surrounding suburbs worked frantically to pull him out. But it took about an hour, and by the time paramedics transported him to Northwest Community Hospital, he was pronounced dead.
Well, it's always a tragedy, especially, such a young guy, and of course, it's right before Christmas.
Zaremba was born in Poland, but raised in this country since he was about a year old. He lived with his fiancée in Elmwood Park.
Nico is a good soul. He's the class clown. He always had a smile on his face, always made everyone laugh. He was a good person.
And his sudden death, devastating for those who knew him.
I feel like a part of me is gone, my best friend, somebody that I will never forget.
Zaremba's family has been working on funeral arrangements today. Meantime, OSHA says they are investigating, but it could be several months before they release the results of that investigation. In Buffalo Grove, John Garcia, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
John, thank you so much. Such a tragedy there. Now to surveillance video showing two men who seem to be holding hammers, robbing another man in Humboldt Park. CWB Chicago obtaining this video. It was recorded around 4:30 Sunday morning near the corner of Division and Spalding. The two men walking up to the victim, they spoke to him for several seconds, then stole his phone and took off in a vehicle. And Chicago police think that it is related to as many as 50 armed robberies that happened last week. A map showing where they happened over a 4-day period. Police say the crimes happening like this: armed men getting out of cars and confronting people on a busy street. Then the robbers make off with items like cell phones and cash. Chicago police have not made any arrests.
Cook County jury siding with the Chicago police detective who claimed he was demoted after he refused to change the results of an investigation into a fellow officer. The jury awarding Sergeant Isaac Lambert nearly $1 million in this lawsuit. Lambert said the investigation of a 2017 shooting by an officer against an unarmed, developmentally disabled teen showed it was not justified. But Lambert claimed he lost his rank after refusing to change the report to say the teen attacked the officer. City lawyers say Lambert was fired for mismanaging the case.
Charges have been announced after a 77-year-old man was found shot to death inside his home. It happened last night in Fox Lake. Evelyn Holmes talking to the neighbor who found the victim.
Call his name and you okay? Nothing, no answer.
Eric Pasick made the gruesome discovery around 9:30 Monday night. That's when he says he found his upstairs neighbor dead. The Lake County coroner identifies the victim as 77-year-old Roy Hoffman.
I looked over and I saw him laying deceased in the kitchen.
Investigators now say the military veteran was shot once in the head by a man who accompanied a woman they say the victim had invited to his home for a romantic encounter. It happened in the first block of Mineola Road in this usually quiet community located in far northwest suburban Fox Lake. This resident who did not want to be identified says she heard the gunshot.
My dog started barking and I just got super scared.
This afternoon, prosecutors have charged Asmi Ibrahim Jr. with first-degree murder and obstructing justice, and Catherine A. Deason. She was also charged with obstructing justice in connection with the deadly shooting. Investigators say they're trying to nail down a motive for the attack, but say the shooting happened only a short time after the two suspects arrived in a minivan and Asmi went to look for Catherine.
Initially, we believe the victim, when Asmi knocked on the door, said that Catherine was not inside with her. He later went and retrieved a rifle from the van, the minivan that he arrived in, went upstairs, went inside the residence, and shot the 77-year-old.
Both were arrested at Ibrahim Jr.'s Round Lake home, where officers say they spotted the getaway vehicle. Although two people have been arrested for the crime and could appear in bond court as early as today, police are still asking for the public's help, asking anyone with any information about the incident to reach out to them. Reporting from far northwest suburban Fox Lake, Evelyn Holmes, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Chicago teenage girls dead, found in an Evanston hotel room. Police say they found 15-year-old Nyasha Jennings inside a room at the Holiday Inn on Sherman Avenue over the weekend. Police say a cause of death has not yet been determined. The DCFS tells us they had been in contact with the girl's family in the past, and they are investigating.
Co-workers of a woman killed are honoring her and her father today. Nurses and staff members at Holy Cross Hospital, they held a balloon release today for Giovanni Jenkins and her father. Jenkins and her dad, Curtis Hardman, were found shot to death in an apartment on 81st and Drexel last week. Her 2-year-old son was also in the apartment but was not hurt.
Several incidents of anti-Semitic graffiti and racist slurs have been reported at a school on the city's northwest side. Happened at Edgebrook Elementary and Middle School. Stephanie Wade shares what parents are saying about this.
This is the second time in a matter of days this school has had to notify parents of swastikas being drawn in a school bathroom here at Edgebrook Elementary School. Parents tell me they're worried this keeps happening and asking what more can be done to stop this kind of behavior.
I think it was just shocking and scary to see.
The first letter went out last Friday from the school principal saying, quote, We write to you today to share the disturbing news of repeated anti-Semitic graffiti, swastikas, in our middle school hall bathroom and a classroom, and 2 instances of bias-based language / racial slurs written and spoken around race in just this past week. Then, on Monday, a second letter was sent out to parents saying, quote, "Unfortunately, new swastikas were drawn in the middle school boys' bathroom today and reported at around 11:15 a.m.
Of course, this is not nice at all, and everybody has to respect the other one.
Some parents telling us both on and off camera this repeated anti-Semitic act is very concerning.
I don't want to hear this here, because we're in a good school, and this is a good reputation for the school too.
The school saying in the letters they're addressing the issues with students, conducting talking circles, lessons, and appropriate disciplinary measures.
They're trying to talk to the kids, it seems like, but what else can we do? What can we do as parents and families and the school? What else can be done to really make sure that these kids are learning?
The Anti-Defamation League says this is part of a disturbing trend, with last year reporting the highest total of anti-Semitic incidents the ADL has tracked on record.
But perhaps most concerning is that from 2016 to 2021, we saw a 430% increase in anti-Semitic incidents just in the state of Illinois. You've got this thing right here, right? Kids have access to hate speech and hate symbols in ways that we never had before in previous generations.
And late this afternoon, Chicago Public Schools releasing a statement to ABC7 saying they do not tolerate discrimination of any form, and these incidents are under investigation. In Edgebrook, Stephanie Wade, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Stephanie, thanks so much for that. R. Kelly sending a message from prison demanding people leave his music alone. In an email sent to the Sun-Times, Kelly complained about the health, loss of his career and his family following a pair of convictions on federal sex crime charges. Now, late last week, a collection of the R&B star's songs briefly appeared on major music apps, but Kelly's representatives say the release was unauthorized and that the music was stolen.
New at 7, the House committee investigating the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol plans to have its final public meeting on Monday, December 19th. It's 2 days earlier than expected. The committee will vote on criminal referrals on that day. The committee's final report will come out 2 days later, Wednesday, the 21st.
And tonight, there is a new law protecting both same-sex and interracial marriages. President Biden invited thousands of people to join him at the White House for the signing. Congress passing the law with the goal of safeguarding same-sex marriages should the Supreme Court overturn the ruling that made them legal. The president called it a step toward equality for everyone.
Toward creating a nation where decency, dignity, and love are recognized, honored, and protected.
And this new law requires states to honor all marriages regardless of sex, race, ethnicity, or national origin.
Disgraced former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried is being held without bond. Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas. Today, the Justice Department and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission announced a list of charges against him, including money laundering and wire fraud. The company, once valued at $32 billion, is now being steered through bankruptcy by John Ray, who appeared on Capitol Hill today.
The FTX Group's collapse appears to stem from absolute concentration of control in the hands of a small group of grossly inexperienced and unsophisticated individuals.
An attorney for Bankman-Fried says he and his legal team reviewing the charges against him, considering all of his legal options. And concerns are being raised about political donations from Bankman-Fried to Chuy Garcia. It comes as a new poll shows he could be the front runner in the race for Chicago mayor. Political reporter Craig Wall has more on the current state of the mayor's race.
Chuy Garcia's campaign firing back at critics, calling them desperate. The poll, meanwhile, giving some insight into just how the mayor's race may be shaping up with just over 2 months to go. Jesus Chuy Garcia benefiting from high name recognition in the mayor's race, and early on the polling puts him as the front runner. The poll, paid for by a union that has endorsed Garcia, shows him leading the field with 25%, with Mayor Lori Lightfoot in second at 18%, followed by Paul Vallis at 14% and Willie Wilson with 10%. Mayor Lightfoot's campaign noting the poll was conducted in mid-November and says it does not reflect the current state of the race. Paul Vallis encouraged by his showing, especially since he has not been running TV ads yet.
In every poll we've seen, we're very close to being in a runoff. It really seems to be a three-person race.
But while Garcia's campaign is basking in the poll, he is also facing scrutiny over political donations linked to Sam Bankman-Fried, the now indicted founder of FTX Crypto. Garcia this afternoon taking part in a congressional hearing on FTX, while his rivals note his congressional campaign benefited from nearly $200,000 in independent expenditures made on Garcia's behalf by a PAC funded by Bankman-Fried.
When you got folks putting that much money into a race that's unopposed, you got to ask questions about what are they really trying to do? Who are they trying to influence?
Garcia's campaign spokeswoman issuing a statement saying these are misleading and desperate attacks from floundering campaigns. Congressman Garcia is and always has been a skeptic of cryptocurrencies and continues to advocate for stronger financial regulations on an industry he considers ripe for fraud. Garcia did donate to charity a $2,900 direct donation, but the campaign said he had no knowledge or control of the other money spent on his behalf. As for the poll, ABC7 political analyst Laura Washington says it's not good news for the mayor.
I think it's for Lori Lightfoot, it's troubling because she is the incumbent and she's been spending money to get her message out in a way that her opponents have not. But it is early.
And it's also worth noting that the race will heat up after the holidays, with other candidates expected to launch TV ads, and polling will be influenced by attack ads against frontrunners. A lot can change in 2 months. Back to you.
Craig, thank you for that report. Right now, 8 of the candidates for Chicago mayor participating in a forum at the Copernicus Center on the northwest side. The 38th Ward Democratic Organization put this together. Incumbent Mayor Lori Lightfoot not participating. We'll have more from tonight's event on Eyewitness News here at 10.
And the Chicago City Council could vote tomorrow on whether to approve the Bally's casino plans. Well, today the Committee on Zoning, Landmarks and Building Standards endorsed the deal. The casino would be built along the river at Chicago and Halsted. If approved by the City Council, the Illinois Gaming Board would also have to sign off on the plans. Bally's is hoping to open the city's first casino by 2026.
Restaurants across Chicago preparing to offer deals. The big event set to return next month.
But first, everybody, storms reported across the south with more on the way. The damage they have caused, as you can see right there already. We've got more coming up next. We'll be right back. Across the south, reports of tornadoes tonight. Funnel clouds spotted in several cities in Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And the National Weather Service confirming that a tornado did touch down near Decatur, Texas, ripping off the roofs of homes and snapping trees in half. And even stronger storms are possible there overnight.
And look at this in Colorado, blizzard warnings.
Can you see?
That storm is closing large sections of major interstates from the Denver area to the Kansas state line.
Wow.
Yeah. So it could be worse. It's cold today.
Yeah, you said look at that. you can't see anything because it was all covered up.
Yeah.
I mean,
Blinded by the snow.
okay,
There you
is
go.
that a song, Cheryl? Or that's Cheryl's song?
It's 7,
Except
so
it's light.
any song goes. So this is Woodstock, and you can see that wind
Look at that.
pushing around the lights, and it's raining out there already, huh?
It's
I
raining in a
mean-
lot of places. It'll be
Okay.
here in the city shortly. We have a temperature currently of 37 degrees, but winds sustained at about 20 miles per hour, gusts a little bit higher. And it's going to be windy tonight for the next 24 to 48 hours with this strong system that's going to continue to keep us unsettled. And you can see that rain shield here knocking at the lakefront door. A little bit of a mix of precipitation trying to get going up to the north with the onset of precipitation, cooler air in the upper levels of the atmosphere picks them. We can see that on radar here, but mostly all of this is rain with temperatures near and above that freezing mark right now. This will be mainly a rain event for us, with some of you picking up over an inch of rainfall in the next 24 hours. So you can see the rain here spreading in, light to steady rain right now. Where we have those yellows popping up, that's an indication of some more moderate rainfall here. But we're going to be under the influence of this system here through the next couple of hours and then into the day tomorrow as well. In fact, tomorrow night we could even find some heavier rain falling. This is a very complex and dynamic storm system, and we've been talking all about it. Two-sided, three-sided. We have the rain here, the snow up to the north and west, and then a severe weather element off to the south here. So this area of low pressure, again, it's going to slowly work its way in and through the region into the day tomorrow, Thursday, and a little bit on Friday as well, keeping us unsettled, mostly cloudy, not expecting a sunny day for the remainder of this week. So plan accordingly for that. We do have those tornado watch boxes off to the south. Parts of Texas, Louisiana, and Arkansas getting hit. Up to the north and west is where we're seeing the winter side of this. Winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings back there, and then a tornado watch off to the south. So like I said, there's a lot going on, millions being impacted and affected by this storm. What does this mean for us? Well, we'll have the rain lifting in and through the region tonight into the early morning hours, some spotty isolated showers tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, heading out the door, won't be a downpour, but we'll have some rain, some damp spots on area roads as well. But late afternoon and evening, another round of some moisture here pushing in, heavier rainfall expected, steady rain. This time tomorrow we'll be still tracking the rainfall. You can see I pause this at about 7:15. Light to moderate rain moving in, brief downpours possible. This will continue into the early morning hours on Thursday, and then that area of low pressure gets closer. So we do break out perhaps a peak of sun or two early Thursday morning before those clouds wrap back in, and wrapping not only the cloud cover, also the threat of more snow showers in our forecast. Temperatures a little bit colder here near that freezing mark. So some on and off flying snow in the forecast Thursday and Friday. Not a big snowmaker for us, but we'll likely see some of that snow in the region. So our rain, like I said, this will be mainly a rain event. Anywhere from about 1 to 1.5 inches of rain can be expected by Thursday morning. Then temperatures drop and we change that over to some scattered snow showers, and not really picking up on a whole lot of snow, but a brief 1/2 an inch to an inch, not out of the question, but mainly across the state line. So we'll monitor that as we go through the heavy rain part of the storm system. Temperatures right now in the 30s. It's also windy, so it feels even colder. Tonight, our temps actually climbing. We're going to be near 40 tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow, 40s and 50s. Rainy, wet weather expected. Then we turn a little bit colder. But hey, on Sunday and a Monday, we're looking for some peaks of sun. Maybe we'll see some of that blue sky that we've been missing for about a week now. So we're looking forward to that. But over the next 24 hours, guys, it's going to be messy out there.
Has it been a week?
It has been a week.
You know, the
Since last
seasonal
Sunday.
affective disorder, SAD, is real.
Yeah, I'm
now,
with you.
Can you take it to the 10th power? Because we've not had any sun. Like, Cheryl keeps saying you got to find your inner glow.
1000%.
Like, we're glowed out. Like,
Sunshine in upper 20s sounds okay.
I mean,
that sounds
it's
great.
the payoff. You get the cold temperatures, but you get the sun. So take your pick. You can take 50 degrees and then gray skies.
Oof.
Which one, like,
Right now. Sun.
Yeah, okay.
Haven't seen
Well,
the
you'll
darn thing in
love
a while.
Sunday, and let's hope the Bears win at Soldier Field. Maybe the sun will help them, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about Chicago Restaurant Week. It's returning next month.
This is the 16th year for the event. 335 restaurants in 34 Chicago neighborhoods, several suburbs will showcase specially curated menus. Prices are set at $25 for brunch or lunch, $42 or $59 for dinner. Restaurant Week runs 17 days, so it's not really a week.
I mean, that's 2.5 weeks.
So there's this weeks plural from January 20th to February 5th. Check out eatitupchicago.com for menu reservations and menus and reservations.
Look at that.
It looks good.
Man, it looks refreshing, delicious. I saw French toast, and there it is, waffles.
Those are waffles with
chicken and waffles.
I think when we soft launched this show, it's almost been a year, which is incredible.
Right.
We did some Restaurant Week stuff.
We sure did. So do we need to take the show on the road to celebrate our anniversary?
Yeah, right.
And just eat our way through Restaurant Week?
An hour of eating. Lee's like, I'm in.
I am game for that.
We'll need our floor director, yeah.
Like Michelle, our producer, she's very creative and innovative, so we're putting it out there. Maybe they could deliver food every day to us or something like that.
A series of things.
We've got a kitchen. We showed it off last week with our pilk.
Just talking about
with our pilk.
What can top pilk? Probably any menu item there.
All right. Well, we got to celebrate a big birthday bash for a young man.
Yes.
Yeah, a young man. Yeah, he's just turning 106 years young. In Northbrook, friends and family throwing a party for David Hellman today. Staff and residents at Brookdale Senior Living says he makes them smile every day. And I just wonder, last week my girlfriend's mother turned 111.
Wow.
And it might be, the actual birthday might be today, but the party was on Saturday. So how do you get there? Like, what are you doing to live that long? What are you eating? What are you sleeping good? Are you reading? Are you running?
All those things. Maybe Mr. Hellman can meet her.
Ooh.
106, 111?
Yeah, younger man.
That's awesome. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Hellman.
Oh, he
glad
looked
your family
amazing.
did. He looked like he was having fun, smiling. And
Right.
We're so glad he had a chance to
you
share
got to
that.
celebrate every single day at this stage of the game. And he looked fantastic, so handsome.
Take a look at this incredible sight. White Sox hosting a special holiday experience at the ballpark, including a never-before-seen drone show over the park.
Wow.
Look at those are drones. The Sox welcoming 2 local nonprofits that support people with cancer. Families also got to enjoy dinner and activities. Santa even stopped by to hand out some presents.
Hey,
so a great day there. Yeah.
Oh, look at the babies.
Spencer all dressed up too. There he is. Santa is busy this time of year, so for him to be able to stop by, pretty neat. And we have a drone escort out of there, right? I don't know if he's using the reindeer yet. He's probably not.
Well, it's 12 days out. You know, so today is the day to start doing the 12 days of Christmas. If you've got to start delivering.
Well, you were gone for a few days. I changed the.
You sure did.
Did I do okay?
You are such a
She's got days to Christmas.
A good coworker and colleague.
You should see me yesterday. I had people over there, and there are these little tiles. I'm going to take a picture of it. And I'm like 17, 16, 15. I couldn't find the 3.
Right,
so it was 13 days yesterday. They're
well,
over.
Right,
I didn't know they were
over.
two-sided.
Yeah.
So I did you good.
You did great. I came back to work today and I said, oh, Rob must have taken care of my calendar, my countdown to Christmas.
I could have also messed it up and someone fixed it, but either way, we're back on track. It is 12 days.
Right, because today is the 13th. So, and you know, you're really good at math, so I'm just helping you out with that.
And your birthday's 12 days away,
I mean,
too.
12 days, though, if you've not done your shopping, it's really, now it's crunch time.
It is.
It is crunch time, everybody. We just want to remind you, that's what we're here for.
Yes.
12 days of Christmas.
Not true.
Yeah, well,
I don't even know the rest.
We'll talk about it. Do your children have a favorite app, Rob?
Yeah, I think it's probably Instagram.
Okay.
Well, my daughter. My
All
boy,
right.
I don't know what he's doing. YouTube? Is that an app?
It could be on the phone.
He is on there, right?
Yeah. Well, it's being targeted. Some apps are being targeted by lawmakers. Why they want to ban one of them? That is TikTok.
It's just this one. Yeah, TikTok. They don't want it to be around. Plus, Megan Thee Stallion takes the stand against the man who had allegedly shot her.
Megan Thee Stallion taking the witness stand today to testify against the rapper accused of shooting her in the foot. You can see her arriving at the courthouse in Los Angeles today. Megan Thee Stallion needed surgery after Tory Lanez allegedly shot her back in 2020. Her friends showed up at the courthouse today to show their support.
We're here to wrap our arms around her. You know, this is a difficult process. You know, the judicial system is not an easy place to navigate. So, you know, just being here with any support she needs. We're here to lean on her, but also to show her that she has community behind her.
And if convicted, Lanez could spend more than 20 years in prison.
Lawmakers are trying to ban TikTok in the United States. Senator Marco Rubio introduced a bill in the U.S. Senate, and companion legislation has also been introduced in the House. Lawmakers are concerned with the app's parent company, ByteDance, and its affiliation with China. There are also concerns about the data of users. TikTok has not commented on the bill.
And United Airlines placing a big order with Boeing to replace some old planes. The purchase will create new jobs right here in Chicago. The airline announcing it has ordered 100 new 787 wide-body Dreamliner jets for its long-haul flights and 100 new 737 MAX jets for its domestic routes. Well, United says this will add more than 2,600 new jobs in the Chicago area and the expansion of the international routes out of O'Hare. The order is to boost Boeing, which saw billions in financial losses because of problems with both of these jets.
787s are beautiful aircraft. The cost of a morning staple expected to rise. We're talking, well, you see about orange juice. Florida's orange crop expected to fall to its lowest level since before World War II. According to the Department of Agriculture, Florida farmers should produce around 20 million boxes of oranges. That would be a 51% drop from 2021 and the smallest crop since the 1936-37 season. Officials say extreme weather, including hurricanes and a citrus disease, are to blame for the low supply.
Civil rights icon and longtime Congressman John Lewis will be featured on a new stamp. This image from 2013, it's a photograph from Time magazine. Congressman Lewis died in 2020 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. He was one of the keynote speakers at the 1963 March on Washington, and he dedicated his entire life to activism.
That's a cool looking stamp.
It looks really
It'll
nice.
Be popular.
I know.
We just talked about this. Christmas, now fewer than 2 weeks away. What is it, 13 days? That's what we said.
12, because today is the 13th. But it depends. Some people shop on Christmas Day. So it could be, it's up to you.
Make my mistakes less severe.
You know, well, some people shop the day after too because the sales are better. So what's 24 hours of getting a present?
Yeah, right.
All right. Well, the reality is you're running out of time.
Yeah, right.
Okay, but if you're not done yet, hey, don't worry. We got you. That story's just ahead.
Plus, major scientific breakthrough in the development of clean energy. Hard to wrap your head around. We're going to try and sort it out.
Simply put, this is one of the most impressive scientific feats of the 21st century.
Absolutely. That is what the U.S. Energy Department is saying today about a major milestone for clean energy. Scientists in California say they have produced more energy in a fusion reaction than was used to ignite it. Okay.
Right. So energy, then more energy,
okay,
which has never happened before. This is the key to creating a sustainable clean energy source. At least that's the theory. Currently, nuclear power plants use fission, which is the process of breaking atoms apart. But there are concerns about emissions and nuclear waste from that. Fusion, this new process, combines atoms to create energy without that negative impact on our environment.
This milestone moves us one significant step closer to the possibility of zero carbon, abundant fusion energy powering our society.
It could be years, likely will be many years, before we see the effects of this breakthrough. Scientists now have to figure out how to channel the energy on a widespread level. But it would go beyond that. If we could create that kind of energy and harness it, we could theoretically go anywhere with power. I mean, it's just mind-bending stuff.
I know, it is fascinating. And the scientists said probably 10 years. People think that's a long time. It really is not.
It's not. You're
right. 1 year
right.
goes by so fast.
Right. And I mean, a decade from now, if we're able to use this in any capacity,
this is huge.
Yeah, and I really don't understand most of it, but I think that was a good breakdown, Michelle. Michelle wrote that. Larry broke it down for us the other day, but that's understandable, I think.
And I think people are just fascinated by the headline.
Yeah.
That's really all you need to think about right now. Right. Because 10 years from now, your children might be working on that, or who knows?
Possible. Might be happening here at Fermi or Oregon. They've been doing
we're the center universe of everything, so it will be happening here for sure. All right, we've been talking about it. We're counting it down so you can be informed. Holiday shipping deadlines quickly approaching. Now for FedEx, you want ground delivery. You need to ship your gifts by tomorrow. Oof. Yeah, Wednesday. You have got a few more days though for USPS, that's the United States Post Office. Now, the deadline is Saturday, December 17th. However, UPS is suggesting getting your estimate straight from its website to get an estimate based on your needs.
And
right?
You can always ship it late, but you got to start paying.
You're going to have to pay a lot for it overnight.
Getting there.
And sometimes they used to deliver on Christmas, but I'm not sure what the rules are this year. So.
Get it done. People are going to go tomorrow. It'll be busy tomorrow, I bet.
I could drive it cheaper than you could ship it.
Right.
So for some, this Saturday is what people call Super Saturday because it is traditionally one of the biggest shopping days of the year for procrastinators.
Right, it's the thing given to the Saturday before Christmas, and it's early this year since Christmas Eve falls on a Saturday. Some 158 million people plan to shop this Super Saturday, according to the National Retail Federation. That's up 10 million over last year, and it's the highest number since tracking began in 2016. Holiday shoppers surveyed say they're just over halfway done with their purchases. I would avoid, I'm glad I'm almost done because shopping malls are, it's neat to see everybody spending again and coming out after the pandemic, but whew.
But see, a lot of people are doing it online, so you got to figure out that extra time, when can you get it delivered, and then if you want it delivered by Christmas Eve, because Santa has got to wrap it for you.
Right.
So you're going to have to pay for that if you know. But 158 million, in the United States, what is it, 333 million people, so that's half of this country. Like when you break down the numbers, half of this country will be out or maybe online shopping this week. And some people love the spirit of being out and about and the holiday lights and, wearing lots of lights. I know I had my lights necklace on all weekend. It was so much fun. Yeah, it's Christmas lights all wrapped up. It's so fun.
Tree hat or something?
I had all of that on. I had my Santa shirt on. I was salsa dancing with the baby.
Wait a second, salsa and Christmas?
Yeah, I can show it to you.
Well, I was saying that. Are we going to be able to show little baby?
I don't know. I don't know.
At some point.
Yeah, we could show Bella.
I'm gonna tell, so you saw your niece for the first time.
Yeah,
this
I met her for the first time.
She is so
it's
precious.
Just us.
Yeah, she's precious. We got to share some photos later
I
this
mean,
week, please.
So sweet.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
But you can't tease us like that if you were in a Santa costume or whatever it was.
I'll show you.
No, they want to see it. You show me everything. Yeah. Think about it, all right?
Yep, salsa. Okay, salsa Santa and the baby Bella. All right, everybody. Don't forget to vote. We're talking about lights and everything,
Yes.
right? So don't forget to vote, everybody, for our great Chicago light fight.
It's over.
You see the finalists right there. They're all winners. I don't know how you pick from that.
I agree.
The Hirsch family from Tinley Park, the Newton family from Linwood, the Kowalski family from Naperville, the Foy family from Batavia, and the Sandberg family from Elk Grove Village. Voting closes tomorrow, everybody. Tomorrow.
Not much time.
So just head to ABC7Chicago.com to vote. The winner will be announced on Eyewitness News. This is so exciting. On Friday at 6 a.m. on our newscast
So
at 6 a.m.
voting closes tomorrow
Right.
on the website, and then
The
Friday
winner,
we're there.
we will be
Yeah.
live from the winner's location.
Yeah, it'd be
and
awesome.
probably surprise the winner.
Right?
Knock on their door.
Yeah, vote now. That'd be a hard choice. I think they're all jaw-dropping.
Really amazing.
But the viewers will decide.
I want to know
leave
the
it to
light
them.
bill. When,
Right,
the
power
electric
bill's
bill,
gotta
all
be-
right?
They turn them off at the 26th. They're like, it's over. Right. I want to save some money. I know.
We got to talk about that because I was wondering,
When you turn them off.
Right. The lights. Because some people unplug but leave up the decorations.
I left mine out
Yeah.
Like
till Valentine's Day?
years.
Oh.
And then I finally plugged them back in, and they didn't work.
Right.
And so I took some shears from the yard and just and I cut them all off.
Oh,
but then I put
wow.
new lights up.
Okay.
And I'm taking them down this year.
When though? Because see, it's cold, and some of the stuff in the
I'll
ground
leave
is
them for
hard to
sure
pull
till
out.
spring.
Like,
Yeah, well, these are wrapped around like a birch tree.
okay, I bet that's
They could
pretty.
stay. They could stay all year again.
Right.
I don't think my neighbors like it.
Change them to red and use them on Valentine's Day. So
Cover them with white.
there's an app for that.
Yeah, right. So giving kids a Merry Christmas, local nonprofits say they need your help. And it's not hard to make sure kids have holiday gifts this season. That's ahead, but first let's check in with Cheryl. You have your tree up for Lola, I hope.
We did some stockings this year.
Yes.
But
Okay.
we put a little holiday magic in home. Not a
Yours
tree
better
this
be
year, but I'm not going to be here for the holidays, so that's why. Anyway, we're lighting up on radar tonight with a lot of rain, and we're going to see it continuing as we head into the day tomorrow. So we're going to time this out, let you know what to expect. Maybe some sun in the coming days. That would be great. We will focus on that coming up.
More families are reaching out for help this holiday season as they struggle to keep up with inflation.
Toy donations to local charities aren't keeping up with demand, and that means some kids may not get presents this holiday season.
Well, race and culture reporter Will Jones spoke with some nonprofits hoping for a Christmas miracle.
Catholic Charities is marking its 75th anniversary of its celebration of giving. They usually provide gifts for thousands of children in the city and suburban Cook County. But so far this holiday season, the nonprofit is coming up short.
Things are tight and everybody's got to set their priorities.
You just kind of wish that we could do more to get more in a timely fashion, but you know, things are tight all over. People are doing what they can.
They have extended the deadline for their toy drive, hoping for a change of fortune. Right now, the need is for toys for kids 10 years and older.
Unfortunately, when we don't receive the donations that we need, then that means we're unable to fill those toy requests and that those children won't receive Christmas gifts from Catholic charities.
Other nonprofits are also struggling to meet demand, including the Salvation Army for its annual Angel Tree program.
It's concerning at this point if we will have the ability to meet the need of the clients who have already applied, as well as those who have been waitlisted because we have exceeded the capacity.
Back over at Catholic Charities in River North, a truckload of toys coming in from Lake County late this morning.
It feels like a Christmas miracle that our partners in Lake County had these excess donations.
Volunteers say they're keeping the faith that more donations are on the way.
We try and do the best we can with the resources that we have.
Will Jones, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
Still a little bit of time. Hopefully people can continue to help out.
I know. I'm glad we keep running these stories because the more you put it out there, people will be reminded as they're shopping, and they might just grab an extra one.
Yeah, it's not hard. Right.
Yeah.
And they still have time with what we've got going on.
Right, because we are doing it with Toys for Tots. They also need help this holiday season, everybody. You can participate in the Disney Ultimate Toy Drive. You can buy items online at shopdisney.com through December 24th. So you've got 12 days for that or 11 days for that. And you can drop off a toy at one of the several locations. That's through December 21st. So that's 9 days to do that. And we did it over the weekend with Tracy Butler.
Stuff the truck.
Yeah.
This is easy. You can go to Disney.com. You don't have to leave your house. And if you could just pick a small gift out, I think it'd be so greatly appreciated.
I know. We had our big pail upstairs on the third floor.
There were some really great gifts there.
Oh, that alligator car
I saw
was like so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, they're so sweet.
Hopefully you can help out.
Yeah.
A major honor for Bulls great Michael Jordan.
Coming up next, the debate. Reaction to renaming the MVP award in his honor.
There's no debate. You're right. Some people are debating in the newsroom, and I'm going to call people out. Plus, BTS says goodbye to its oldest member as he heads off to boot camp. Michael Jordan received 5 Most Valuable Player awards during his time with the Bulls.
Well, now that trophy has been named after him. The NBA unveiling the newly designed trophy. Jordan worked with the sculptor on the design. It stands 23.6 inches tall and weighs 23.6 pounds. Now that's a mashup of the jersey number, and it adds up to the 6 championship rings. Many often debate whether Jordan is the greatest of all time.
The NBA, whether they intend to or not, in effect settled the debate by saying we're going to name the Most Valuable Player trophy after Michael Jordan.
Thank you, Sam Smith.
There you have it. A spokesperson for the NBA says choosing Jordan as the trophy's namesake was a straightforward decision, whatever that means. Whatever, of course, it's straightforward. It's based on facts.
It could always be renamed down the
right.
road. People were talking, so Wilson Toy, our executive producer, huge sports fan. That guy's been around forever. And I told him, God, he's the Jordan statue for MVP. Oh, what about King James, LeBron James? I'm like, what? I don't know if listen, LeBron is amazing in what he's done. His community is incredible. He's still playing.
Right.
I don't think the Lakers win another title because they ain't playing. I mean, they're playing better, but I don't, statistically, for me, not that y'all care, but it's about the titles, and he's got 6.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, he's won more championships, right?
This is true.
But, however, I think, and this is from an intellectual standpoint of view, how Michael Jordan changed the game of basketball, professional basketball, not only for the NBA, but for the NFL, for soccer players, for hockey players, endorsements, and how he changed the endorsement arena, just what he did, flying in the air, owning part of Nike.
You know why?
All of that.
This is why.
See? This is the why.
Here it
this is the why right here.
I'm wearing them. I love them.
I'd say Michael Jordan is a shoo-in for the MVP.
Okay,
that
we have
is
to
why.
Zoom in, right.
That
you're
is
right.
why.
I mean, but it's more. I mean, it's just the MVP award, so it's about basketball in this case for the NBA. But I think his aura for sports and the brand. You're right. Like soccer players are wearing Jordans. Football players are wearing Jordans. The jerseys have the Jumpman on them for all sports.
Right.
It was such a, I feel like maybe we took it for, I was in college when they won all those titles, and summers we would get together, we'd play basketball all day, and then we'd watch those games with Marv calling them. And it was just the greatest time ever in this city.
I covered the championships and the sidelines and who was on the sidelines and traveled with the team.
There was no time like it in Chicago history for sports.
Oh my gosh, it was some kind of amazing. And the parades out, at the Portillo bandshell, 6 fingers up.
Right. So we're having said all that, we're clearly not biased.
No, not at all. We just laid out the facts. I mean, Walter Payton, the Man of the Year award in the NFL, who was that named after?
Yeah.
Sweetness, Chicago Bears. Enough said.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
The debate will go on, but we got the trophy now. It's the Jordan Trophy.
I know so many people have GOAT tattooed on them with Michael Jordan's face on them. I know several men who have that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to go
right?
that far. Maybe I get the emoji of the goat. So we got to move on, I know.
All right.
Jin, the oldest member of the wildly popular K-pop group BTS, has begun his 18 months of mandatory military service in South Korea. So he shared a picture of his short hair on social media. Rest of the band showed up at boot camp to say goodbye. Here's some more photos. Dozens of fans also showing up to see him. The other 6 members of BTS are scheduled to join the military in the next few years. This is a requirement in South Korea. The band's management agency says fans will see BTS back together in 2025. He's 30.
So that's the rule. That's you age out. Age out of the group to age into serving the country.
They were way younger than that.
No, no, they've been doing this a long time, and it is a frenzy. I have a girlfriend who is 55 years old who traveled all the way to Vegas to sit in the stadium by herself to see BTS. And when she comes over, she makes me put them on YouTube, and she dances like she's they are very popular.
And when they get back together in 3 years, that'll be remarkable. And kudos to them. They're sending a great example to
it's
the
like
young
butter. I mean, they got some great music. Dynamite, butter. Cheryl, you know how to rock to it, okay?
Wait, how old are they again?
He's 30.
30. Okay.
So they're all in their mid to late 20s.
Right.
Yeah, they're not like teenage sensations. So So there you go.
But they started out as teenagers when they were auditioning and the dancing and the training. Yeah.
You know a lot about BTS.
Yeah, I know. I told you.
Sensation.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like butter. All right, and dynamite. All right, yeah.
I'm also contacting a tattoo artist, so tomorrow night.
Oh, this is good television for the stream team.
Yep.
What are you going to get a tattoo,
we're
Cheryl?
We're all going to have to get a tattoo.
Okay. We might already have them, Cheryl.
It's true.
That is very true, but
quite
another
old
one.
and ugly.
You know, we're not telling where they're located.
Oh, right. That's our secret. We're out of time. No.
I think is my mic on? Okay, yes, weather time. We are looking temperatures in the mid-30s. It is windy out there, and we're looking at some rain that's going to be impacting the area as we go into the next 24 to 48 hours. Wind gusts right now up to about 30 at Pontiac. It's going to be windy. The same for O'Hare. Here comes this system moving in. We're looking at the precipitation really beginning to overspread the region. You can see radar trying to pick up on some frozen precipitation. This is likely with the onset as that rain starts to fall. It's a cooling process, so radar picks up on a little bit of a rain-snow mix at the surface, perhaps a quick little burst of a mix, but mainly all in the form of rain. And that will be the case as we go into the evening because our temperatures will continue to climb. Satellite and radar showing those scattered showers right now, but again, steadier rain will continue to lift its way up and through off to the north and east. This is a very large, complex system. We have rain, we have snow to the north and west, and severe weather off to the south of us. Blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings off to the west of us. Tornado watch down to the south. Multiple tornadoes reported and confirmed down to the south, parts of Texas, Louisiana, also Arkansas under that watch as well. We're not looking at a severe weather threat here tonight, but we are looking a little bit rainy, and that will continue into the early morning hours with some steadier rainfall. By tomorrow morning, not a complete washout here between about 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. We'll have some scattered showers lifting up and through the region, a little bit damp out there, but the steadier rain round 2 moves in after 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So the evening commute is going to be a little bit worse, and that rain will pick up in intensity at times tomorrow night. Pausing this at 7:45, area wide, that rain falling, and we're under the consistent flow of this moisture through our Thursday night. And that's going to be the case, I should say, Wednesday night into early Thursday, and then temperatures will start to crash as we go into Thursday morning. We get colder. Perhaps a peak of sun or two Thursday morning before the clouds wrap back in with some scattered snow showers. But this is mainly a rain event for us, and we are talking upwards of 1 inch to 1.5 inches of rainfall here expected over the next 24 to 48 hours. Then our temperatures will start to drop. Some scattered snow in the forecast Thursday and into Friday. Friday, a high of only 32. For tonight, our temps on the rise. Rainy, windy weather continues through the day tomorrow. The steadier rainfall will be arriving again tomorrow night. 48 for tomorrow's high. By Thursday, down to 38. Friday, near 30, and that continues into the weekend where we could finally find some sunshine. We'll be back after this.
That's it. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10 over on ABC7, everybody. Good night.